Those that forget their past are in fact doomed to repeat it. Ladies and gentlemen, a cornucopia, no worries. Too many similarities between the fall of Saigon and the fall of Kabul. 50 years apart? I don't know. And in both instances here, I think it's clear you and I are not military scholars, let's face it. And yet, did you ever play Monopoly? Did you ever play Risk? Why would you remove your troops before you remove your admin staff? I have no idea. That is a tough managerial decision to make and a difficult one to defend. I mean, if you even know, you move your troops from one end, you need to make it safe. Cook, or what is that called? You know, Gibraltar, and we've all, South America, even Mexico, on this board game, on this twisted Game of Thrones. We know how to move our troops. So when we see the Saigon and of course the Fall of Kabul, it's awkward watching for those of us that have played the Monopoly or the Risk. Having said that as well, of course, in the West, the Fall of Saigon is known as the Fall of Saigon. And I stand before you in Hanoi, Vietnam, where it's called the liberation of Saigon. I don't know why. Why are we not on the same hymn sheet? I've no idea. Nothing short of a humanitarian disaster. Even Angelina Jolie was wondering how to put this one back together, this Fall of Kabul. Sorry sights, folks. When you put these two photographs together, a fantastic advertisement. A fantastic advertisement. Wait, what's that? Huh? A fantastic advertisement for the failure of American foreign policy? No, an amazing advertisement for the Chinook. Huh? Tell me, folks, what other aircraft are you going to use when it comes to extracting your people in a hurry? It's going to be the Chinook GH-47. A cornucopia of misery. War, as the old saying goes, is a lie. Check out the book right here. It's a 2010 publication. This guy wrote it. And it's not so much that war is a lie, rather the fact that this book, it showed me. I read it, right, the first chapter, not much of it, folks. Come on, dude. War is on a bed of lies. It's just sown on a bed of lies, not just one. Sad scenes from the Fall of Kabul. Very movie-esque. What, Starship Troopers? No. Aliens?
How long after we're declared overdue can we expect a rescue?
17 days. 17 days? Hey man, I don't want to rain on your parade. We're not going to last 17 hours. Those things are going to come in here just like they did before, and they're going to come in here and they're going to come in here and they're going to get us!
This little girl survived longer than that with no weapons and no training. Right?
Why don't you put her in charge?
You better just start dealing with it, Hudson. Listen to me.
Nah, I don't think anyone's gonna be... Wait, how does that saying go?
I say we take off and nuke the entire site from orbit. It's the only way to be sure. It's the only way to be sure.
No aliens. That's okay. We're not going to nuke nobody out of orbit, guys. I mean World War Z. Do you remember that one? The one with Brad Pitt?
It's America's final act in Afghanistan, its longest war, and it involves getting many Americans, many Afghans loyal to America, to run a kind of gauntlet from the center of Kabul up to the main airport.
It's just horrendous. Taliban hitting people, paras with no choice but to hold the line. The road to safety is packed, thousands upon thousands. It's hard to put into words how desperate this is.
The story of the airport, the last place America controls in Afghanistan, where the chaos outside the wire means the promises inside fall perilously short.
So one of them just got me inside, and I was in tears, honestly.
Passports back, but he has to wait.
To get you to your plane.
Submerged in knee-deep sewage, waving documents at U.S. forces, begging authorities to open the gates. This is the scene outside the Kabul International Airport.
Come in. So all the staff at the airport, including the pilots and those who were issuing boarding pass, the cleaners, everybody left.
Stay there! Stay there!
I'm from 6 a.m. come up now, but here is, as we know, the situation is in here is not good. The people is from other places, from province and the center of Afghanistan come. And unfortunately, they are having any documentation. They are coming here.
Fall of Kabul, zombies chopping up walls and whatnot, folks. That was actually disgusting to watch. I love to laugh at misery. It's a cancer, man. Fall of Afghanistan. Welcome to the mockumentary. The Fall of Afghanistan, a cornucopia of misery. The bomb in Kabul, folks. Again, cornucopia of misery. Struggling to find a joke here.
The new report from the Pentagon tonight after its investigation into the horrific blast at the Kabul airport during the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan. The report now finding the carnage was caused by a single attacker who appeared at the crowded Abbey Gate with a powerful bomb packed with ball bearings. The Pentagon releasing the only known footage of the blast itself.
A canal, and for the first time, we see the suicide blast itself. It is only a few seconds and some 50 yards away, but slow it down and you see a lone figure dressed in black, who investigators now say was the bomber.
In that space between the Marine in the foreground, his antenna is where you're going to see that individual. The blast seems to emanate from this individual.
And 3 minutes after the blast, a U.S. drone records the catastrophic aftermath. 13 U.S. service members, mostly Marines, killed, 170 Afghans by the ball bearings propelled by 20 pounds of explosives on the bomber. Surviving Marines gathering up the wounded and dead, and hundreds of Afghans running for cover. 13 U.S. servicemen murdered and 170 civilians. Again, folks, you know I love to laugh at misery. For this one, I was finished. I was down and out. I was like, there's no way I can laugh at this. There's no way. There's no way I can laugh at this. I can't. Welcome the U.S. Army, who thankfully put that straw on that camel's back. They said they killed the guy. They advertised they had killed somebody related to the bomb.
An airport bombing on Thursday killed scores of civilians and 13 U.S. personnel. Video showed smoke billowing from a home near Kabul airport on Sunday afternoon.
We have the capacity around the world, including in Afghanistan, to find and to take strikes against terrorists who want to do us harm. And as you know, in country after country, including places like Yemen, like Somalia, large parts of Syria, Libya, places where we don't have boots on the ground on any kind of ongoing basis. We have the capacity to go after people who are trying to do us harm. We'll retain that capacity in Afghanistan.
And it was I don't know what to say to you. We're talking roller coaster of emotions. I thought to myself, well, okay, you know, war is war. It's all better lies, but they've caught the guy. It's all good. I forgot about it. And then, of course, what came out here? Oh, my goodness. They didn't actually kill the guy. They killed, wait for it, an aid worker and 9 family members. Give me a hell yeah. And that's what I'm saying to you, folks. I didn't think I could laugh at it. Now I can. Thank you so much, America. You saved me for this one. Hey! Snakes on a plane. What about Afghanistanis on a plane? Folks, I really don't know what to say to you. This was the first image that I had seen when I was told that there had been a withdrawal from the Afghanistan. We all seen it coming, but we did not expect it to look this bad. This was the opener. This footage of the Afghani people, in fact, looking to keep themselves on the plane for safety. For what reasons, really, you know what? There's a rumour, of course, of a footballer with some promise in front of him. I think that man was 19. There was an actress, of course. I believe the woman had in fact escaped. There was another actress / model who I believe they found her fingers inside the door. Not kidding you. I will look you in the eyes, I tell you this. Here's how it worked. Her fingers inside the door. Now, if you're scrambling, look, I mean, you can't hold on to anything on a plane. You are not Tom Cruise. You are not Bruce Willis. These are movies, Hollywood thrillers, okay? When that door closes on your fingers, you think you have something to hold on to, but people forget. People really do forget, and it astonishes me. I'm not even an air pilot, folks. People forget just how fast aeroplanes do travel. In particular, when you go up above the troposphere into the stratosphere, where you already have oxygen. Oxygen you can breathe. O2. No. O3. It's called ozone layer. You can't, I mean, if you breathe it, you've got all sorts of complications, chest-wise, you know. And of course, when you see this footage here of the people falling from the aeroplanes, okay, only two, not that bad. What are we complaining about? You know, if this was a numbers game, which it is, 2 people falling, not that bad. So far, that's what the cameras caught, inclusive of this. It did remind me of 9/11. Folks, I am here to laugh at the misery, but I do remember 9/11. I remember the day. For those of us that do remember, no matter who you are or where you are from, you always remember where you were. 9/11 was not a good day for nobody on the day. And I remember the footage of what I thought was debris falling from these buildings. Those were just humans, okay? So of course, when it came to this footage here of the people, only two, but it scared me. It just reminded me of the fall. It just reminded me of 9/11, and I thought that was sadness. It is a horrible thing when people jump from a height or fall from a height in order to avoid a horrible death. I really have no idea what else to say to you, folks. I think we're done with that one. Babies fired over barbed wire. Too much misery for me to laugh at, folks. I mean, that is misery personified. I can't really laugh at that. That's a tough one. Of course, they're firing their children from a frying pan into the fire. And at the end, the US servicemen, even they were saying that at the end of the day, there was not a dry eye in the house at the end. I love laughing at misery, but babies being thrown over the barbed wire by their mothers in order to save them, I just can't laugh at it. I'm just going to move on from this one. I'm sorry, folks. I have failed you. Thank you. Sin Chow. And of course, let's not forget the tourist of the hour. Some kid, 22, here's his name, etc. There's his face. You can't get much more quintessentially British than this guy. Taking a holiday into the Afghanistan 2 days before the extraction. I don't know what this guy was thinking. I do believe a lot of people did wonder what was going through his head. And then, of course, did we not see this individual's descent into the Afghani Dante's hell? At first he's chopping through. It's all fun and games. Hey mom, dad, I've got a gun in my hands. I look like a soldier. And then the laughter wiped off of his face. And well done to him for telling us that he saw bodies on the street and that this wasn't funny no more. Like, well done. I will give it to him. Well done for telling us that you had the smile wiped off your face, man. You have had the holiday of a lifetime. And folks, have no sympathy for this guy. He has a book deal and a movie deal. If not yet, it's coming soon. You know, he'll get Matthew McConaughey to play him, or I don't know, maybe your man, who was it, played Chopper? Not, who was it? Ah, goodness me. Tom Hardy. You know what Tom Hardy's like these days. He'll take any role. Just don't get Liam Neeson, man. He's way too old for you. You're 22 in this movie that you're going to be making a lot of money off, folks. This is the cornucopia of misery. Give me hell yeah. And let's not forget that you and I did not need any science fiction into this situation. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to these ID scanners that scan your eyeballs. All that technology left behind. Let's not forget all the other technology left behind. Those supply planes, attack helicopters, the figures different all the time, folks. Certainly, if you're going to believe this fact and figure, almost 1,400 RPGs. That's a lot of fun right there, guys. That's a lot of fun right there. And yet, with these ID scanners, I saw this and I thought to myself, we don't have those back home. Why do they have that technology in the Afghanistan? Turns out that you have to use a technology like this. The US Army scanned everybody's eyeballs in order to differentiate between these people here and these people here. So, with all that data within these eyeball scanner things, with those left behind, here's the misery, folks. I don't know what to say to you. Very science fiction, very Minority Report. This is how it goes. We all love animals, folks. We know we love animals. You will always judge a human on how they treat an animal. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for a Mr. Penn Farthington III. Another movie in the making. British Army squatty, not letting the animals die. This guy, he's telling his superiors to go get screwed. You know fine well his superiors are telling him that he can get screwed. Give me your badge. Give me your gun. You got 48 hours, McCluskey. He'd have had those conversations, folks. This is movie making Hollywood. Gold dust. Of course, over in the America, the United Kingdom, even Ireland, folk were saying, should one take 50 animals ahead of 10 humans? The conversation divided a lot of people. This is a guy who fought for those animals, those dogs, those cats, those donkeys. When I was a child, you always heard rumors of animals being tortured to death. It's not nice. I don't promote it. It's not cool at all. At the end of the day, we always knew that a human life was always worth more than that of a dog or a cat. And here's this guy bringing in donkeys into the equation. Never in my life did I ever think donkeys were going to be popping up on this. And I tell you what, folks, this guy, he did cry about the fact that he couldn't bring his Afghan human workers with him. And further to this, on September the 2nd, if I am not mistaken, he did his best to bring them right over. For those of you that question, why would this guy bring 50 animals, roughly, I don't know what the numbers are here, 50 animals, cats, dogs, donkeys, nobody actually cares. You don't want to see misery to animals, folks, but let them go free or something. You got humans to take here. Why not take 10 humans instead? 10 humans, 50 animals, cats, dogs, donkeys. Tell me, why would the guy bring animals ahead of the humans? Let's put it this way. Which one can carry more tennis balls? I'll let you do the mathematics on this one. Thank you for joining this mockumentary on Afghanistan, Cornucopia of misery. On your safe journey home, folks, here. It's not always guaranteed that I have a safe journey home. Not guaranteed that you do. Go talk to an Afghani. They can't even guarantee it, folks. On your safe journey home, may you get home safe, and may your God or your gods go home with you tonight, guys. Well done. Thank you so much. Hit subscribe and we'll see you later.
Okay.